Hey everybody, and thanks for logging in to www.rocketdog.com. I'm Ashley, and today with me in the doghouse I have Astrol, a band from San Francisco. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Very good.
Good. Well, thanks for coming. We're really excited to have you. Can you tell me a little bit about how you guys decided the name Astrol?
The name of the band actually came out of one of the lyrics from one of the songs on our first album, and it was sort of, I guess we felt like it really kind of encompassed the sound as well, because the sound is very sort of big and lofty. I mean, we have sort of a big sound, and that comes from like the guitars and drums and
Oh
everything.
yeah, but you can hear that in your music.
Cool.
So how did you guys come together as a band? How did you meet?
Well, Scott and I actually go back before John, and we met on Craigslist.
Craigslist.
Yes.
Good old Craigslist.
Yeah.
Put up an ad looking for bandmates? Is that what happened?
Put up an ad looking for a drummer.
Yeah. I was actually up in Seattle at the time, and I think I hadn't quite moved down yet.
Yeah.
But I
that's
saw
right.
the ad on MySpace, and he listed like all these bands that I'm into, so I just had to get in touch and came down looking for a place to live, and we hooked up.
Yeah, and then John's story is a little bit different. He used to play with another band down in LA, and we did a few shows with his band, and
You traded bands?
Well, actually, I moved up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he actually ended
so,
up moving.
yeah, so then we hooked up here, so.
Yeah.
Did you guys always dream of being signed by a record label, or was that like a goal when you guys first started out, or?
Well, when you're young, and wanting to play music, it's always like getting signed is like the main thing, before you get into the business and realize, what really happens and goes on. But so when you first started, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you want to get signed by a big record label.
Sure.
Be rock stars and all that.
Did you guys grow up always wanting to be musicians? Did you grow up with like a lot of music around you and playing instruments?
I did.
Which
I mean,
instruments did you play when you were young?
Like, I've always wanted to play guitar, but my parents were really against it because they're like, oh, we don't want you to be a rock star or anything. So they started me with piano, but I think I've always liked guitar, and kind of knew I was gonna someday get a guitar and play it. So
And that's
it
what you
kinda-
did.
Yeah, and it just started like early for me.
Yeah, I've been doing it since, 12, 13, something like that. My grandfather, uncle, my dad, they all play guitar, so, yeah, it goes in the family.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And apparently I harassed my parents for a long time for a set of drums. And they wouldn't do it and finally gave in, and then
They put you in a soundproof room.
yeah, they didn't mind, I'm banging away and making all kinds of noise.
Who are your guys' inspirations?
Would you like to take this question, Scott? You're good at this.
Well, as a kid, I was weaned on the Beatles, personally.
I love the
I don't
Beatles.
know about these guys.
Kiss.
No.
I'm
See, I
kidding.
was listening to the Beatles when all the other kids were listening to Kiss. And then I, by a fluke, got turned on to the Clash in very small town Indiana, which is a very rare thing with no radio stations, no record stores, and that they were the catalyst for me. They are the reason why I'm here in San Francisco and not in Indiana anymore. Is that they really made me realize that you can do so much with music,
Right.
and that it can actually mean something.
Mm-hmm.
So late 70s punk rock, is an influence, and then a lot of the early 90s shoegaze stuff that came out of Britain, My Bloody Valentine, All That Ride. I don't know if you're familiar with that kind of stuff or not, but
Those are good inspirations.
yeah.
I love the Beatles, so I totally agree with that one.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, a lot of the same stuff. I also was into Velvet Underground a lot, and Cure and Joy Division, and a lot of post-punk stuff, new wave stuff, Brian Eno, and a lot of his stuff in the 70s, kind of experimental stuff, and like Nico stuff, and a lot of the shoegaze stuff that happened in the late 80s, early 90s.
What sets you guys apart from other bands?
Just the fact that we're just so much better. Our songs are better, we're just superior musicians.
I don't know.
Well, this is rock, really. I don't know. I think every band has something to say, you know, something to communicate, something to, you know, that they want to share, and in that sense, everybody's unique, you know.
Right.
So it's sort of like everybody's special. This is really generic, but it's like everybody's special in their own way. Yeah, that's really generic. What the hell?
It works.
Everyone is someone.
Yeah. We're all winners.
And we just
great.
want everyone to know that you are a winner too.
Wow. Elbow Room was my first with you guys.
Okay, yeah, we'll start with the Elbow Room because that was John's first show.
Probably about it.
with the
Okay.
band.
Over a year.
Yeah.
A little over a year ago.
So tell us about it, John.
That was our first show together. Well, actually, because
How did you feel?
Yeah.
Were you nervous?
It was interesting because it was the first time we brought in a second guitarist and keyboard to the sound that was originally
Yes.
there.
That was true, because we were usually a three-piece band.
Yeah.
So this was the first show of a new member and being a four-piece and
Yeah.
broadening the sound.
Yeah, and there was, you know, I think that was a good first show. Elbow Room was good, and I don't know. What do you guys think of that? No, I like. You know what? I definitely get a rush on stage. It's definitely a really good feeling. For days later, I'll be just
Like
really
on a
happy.
high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I love it.
Where else can our viewers find your music?
Besides MySpace, or
Well,
On
you're
MySpace.
featured on rockydog.com.
Sweet.
Okay. So now they can find it at www.myspace.com/ASTRL.
Astrol.
And you guys are on iTunes, right?
Yes. Yes, you can buy MP3s of the first two albums on iTunes. The new songs will be available soon, probably on Snowcap, which sells MP3s per song.
And when do you guys think your third album will be out?
we're hoping by the end of the year.
Yeah, we're shooting for by the end of the year.
It's like half done. We're
Yeah.
still writing
Yeah.
and recording it,
Yeah.
sort of.
How long does it take to produce an album? To like write, record, decide how you guys want to play the instruments?
Yeah, it's a lot longer than people think.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, writing songs, you know, sometimes it could be very fast. You
Mhm.
know, it's like if everybody's feeling it and you're all sort of writing that same sort of inspiration, you know, you can crank out a song pretty quickly. But some of them take a lot more tinkering and revisiting and just reiterations of the same sort of piece that you're working on. That you know, that might take a lot longer. Recording is a whole nother
Whole nother.
Ballpark.
Well, thanks for coming to the Doghouse. It was really great having you guys.
Thank you.
And thanks to all of our viewers for watching. If you like this interview with Astrol, please be sure to check out www.rocketdog.com for other exciting videos.